All right, I want to welcome everyone to the July 11th, 2025 meeting of the New Jersey Antique Radio Club here at Bowen Hall, Princeton University. And are there any new faces in the lecture hall? Well, they're not new, but there is one that we haven't seen in a long, long time. Why don't you stand up and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Mike Gottfried. I used to be up in Jersey for a long time, and I came to the radio club a lot. My wife enjoyed the Christmas party. We loved all the old radios and everything, and I think you even remember RCA, right? We had it in the RCA site and everything, so all that. But I've been down in Virginia most of the time, and we have relatives still up here, so we see you guys once in a while. So I looked, I said, is the club still around? And I said, oh, great, and it was today. I said, excellent, so I'm here. Good.
Yeah, it's good.
Beautiful club and beautiful hobby, for sure.
Good. Nice to have you back again, even just as a visitor. It's great to see you. Good. Okay, so, all right, infirmary reports. All right, here we go. Emeritus Vice President Sal Brasindi was doing well until recently, and I'm going to ask John Ruccolo to give us an update because he is in touch with his wife, Lisa.
Okay, I did.
Can you move there so the people at home, well, then they can't hear you.
I just tell him. What do I talking to?
Yeah, just get close to me.
So anyway, I talked to Lisa today. Originally, they were going to come to the meeting tonight, and she said it's just not realistic. So he's, they're kind of working on his meds, but he has issues with walking and stiffness and some other things. So I didn't have the heart to ask about if he's going to be at the swap meet in 2 weeks. She did say, well, we're shooting for the holiday party. Well, hopefully he's better by then. So that was the update. He is home, in case for those of you who don't know, he is home, and they have a healthcare professional that comes in. I think she said the person would be there till 8 o'clock tonight. So
Every day?
I think it's every day. Yeah.
Wow, okay. So he wasn't destined for going back to the rehab?
Not yet, anyway. No. So
because there was a moment in time that he was, right?
Yeah. Just a little background. Rich and I saw him on consecutive days, and he was doing really, really well. And I thought, but I think he's had some issues since then. So he did come home from the nursing home, but there's been some.
All right, so we will keep everybody updated as time goes on. Obviously we were elated and then disappointed that we knew he was going home, and that was wonderful, but it didn't turn out to be that wonderful at home. So, all right, we'll just keep in touch. All right. Anybody else I should know about infirmary report? Anybody? I mean, aches and pains I don't want to hear about, because we all got them. All right, old business. On June 13th, experimental station W2XMN was on the air at 42.8 megahertz from 12 noon until 5 p.m. I caught the old low-band FM transmission very easily on my portable Panasonic model RF-B45 with the whip extended 14 inches. But then I lived just 6.5 miles away from Armstrong Tower. So I came in loud and clear throughout the house and even into my basement. So comments about that. How many people were able to pick up the transmission? Anybody, buddy?
Internet.
Don't even say the internet.
In Hamilton, I could tell there was a carrier there, but that was it.
Ah,
Couldn't
okay.
get the audio up.
And what rig were you trying to get him?
It's R75 on my dipole in the backyard.
Okay.
Didn't do very well.
There.
I got a little something, not much. Jackson is not really close there, but I was able to get some detectable something above the static, let's put it that way. And that was with a old Zenith dual FM, you know, one of the little paper ones.
Yeah, with the round dial.
that?
With the round dial,
Yeah, with the side dial.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Just got to start earlier next time.
that was with a dipole antenna up in a trombone, an FM
Right,
antenna.
right. I was even able to catch it on a pro scanner I had. Any of my realistic standards, I was picking it up. It was, again,
Well, you live within sight of the antennas.
actually I can't. It's around the mountain, but not far, 6.5 miles. Okay. But it was fun. It was fun at least to know that somebody was thinking about doing it. And Steve Hempel, he was the mastermind of putting it all together. He built that transmitter, as a matter of fact. So,
Are they going to be doing it again anytime soon, or is it
just never know, Darren, just never know. We didn't know that was going to happen probably 5 days in advance. Really, didn't know anything about it.
The western chapter of the New Jersey Antique Radio Club was trying to tune it in. I have a dual FM band receiver, Armstrong band receiver, and I took it over to Matt's house, and I said, well, let's change the filter capacitors and see if we get lucky. And I don't know if we didn't get lucky or we were just too far away, but yeah.
It was a good time to change the filters on it then.
Well, sometimes you get lucky.
Okay. All right.
I was gonna say, in case anybody doesn't know, you can receive FM with an AM receiver by slope detection.
Say that again, John?
You can listen to FM with an AM receiver by using slope detection. You tune a little bit off this carrier frequency, and as the carrier swings in and out of the peak sensitivity, it converts it to amplitude modulation.
I tried to
The
do that.
fidelity isn't super, but you can listen.
Okay, great. Thank you for that hint. All right. The new installation in building, I think it's 9010, right? 9010? All right. Called Unseen Signals, Armstrong Radio Revolution. It'll be there for the next 5 months, I guess it should be now. And has anybody seen the exhibit? Has anybody been? Oh, good, good, good. All right, comments, please? David?
It's great.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, you saw it twice now.
yeah.
2 venues, right?
I mean, the venue, it's the same venue, it's a nice setup they have there. The building, you know, it's just opposite our museum, it's fine, I mean, it's.
All right. Anyone else?
I breezed through it on field day, but I didn't read any of the stuff. I just noticed that pretty much everything belongs to Mike.
Yeah. All right. Mike Molnar, yeah. John?
But again, there's some awesome art.
Yeah, it's beautiful stuff.
Absolutely awesome. Oh, yeah. It's not just pictures, I mean, there's some cool hardware there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Ray, you have anything to say about it? Do you have anything to say about it?
Well, it's professionally done, and it was sponsored, it was created by IEEE, so they spent a ton of money on it. And 3 members contributed to it, Mike Molnar, Al, and Marcia. So there's a lot of our stuff in it, but it's you know, it's one of the problems I think is that we need a way to have children, kids, not kids, people come to see it, because I'm sure there's thousands of people out there that says, who the hell is Armstrong? Did we do something?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it needs some publicity.
Yeah.
And InfoAge is going to start publicizing it to get people interested in it.
There may be big signage out on the highway, too.
What?
even some signage out on Marconi Road or just coming off 18.
Yeah, well, yeah, but.
Because it's temporary, I think they could put that up, yeah.
But it is a very good display.
Okay.
Everything you wanted to know about Edward Armstrong.
And when it leaves us, where is it going? When it leaves us, when it's going to be leaving us in about 5 months, where will it go from there?
I don't know where it's going.
All right.
Um,
I guess who would know? Maybe Alex, Dr. Alex? Maybe, yeah.
You
Okay.
can check the IEEE website, I think they have information on that. The IEEE is.
Okay, all right, Jonathan. Thank you. Okay. Now, you had docents for it, or you didn't, or you had a floating docent going in? Docent, you had a docent for it, or you had a floating docent going in, or it was just static without anyone in there as a docent?
No, if someone wants to see it, we bring them over to it, but we don't stay with them
Right.
unless they ask questions and so forth.
But I mean, it's self-explanatory, right? They can read it.
It's self-guided.
Yeah.
There's stuff to read.
Okay.
Al did that presentation a couple of weeks before it opened,
Right.
all about Armstrong, so that we know all about
Right.
it too.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So get a chance, come on over and take a look at it. All right. Last weekend, our club station, W2RTM, joined the ARRL Field Day contest, as it has been doing for the last 6 years, I believe. I wrote a short article about it in this month's Broadcaster, but I am sure Neville can tell us more in detail. Would you like to come up here, Neville?
Absolutely.
All right.
All right, so for folks, I'm sure everybody here knows what Field Day is, but those folks out on the internet might not. It's a practice for emergency communications setup by ham radio. You know that ham radio can operate without any intermediate paid infrastructure. It's just here to there. Batteries, rigs, antennas, and all the stuff that us ham radio folks collect. So once a year, the ARRL sponsors an operating on-air event to bring your gear out into someplace unusual, set it up with antennas and batteries and transmitters and generators and and pretend it's an emergency communications of some sort, and gain the practice in case the real stuff hits the fan, like it did in November down the South Carolina area. And hams went on the air and established communications networks until things started to get back to normal. So it's been around for almost 100 years. And if we pop up here, a while back I found the announcement of the first field day, 1935. This is the announcement of the second field day for 1936. And apparently another one in 1935 was quite successful, so they ran it again in 1936. Now, notice it's the end of August. It was bad enough the end of June. Imagine until the end of August. Yeah, I'm glad they moved it. So we started this operation roughly Wednesday before by taking stuff out to the field. And I'm reminded here of a picture that I took, you see at the bottom there, July 1960. I was a ripe old age of about 7, and my father took me out to the group where he worked, which went out to the then Gaithersburg Fairgrounds in Maryland, where they were setting up and running field day. Now the guy in the picture there, I believe, is one Robert Carpenter. I don't remember his call, but about 10 years later he gave me the novice test, which I obviously passed. And the rest is history. But you can see there, it looks like a Heath kit, possibly one of the 20-watt ones there on the right. And I can just see the corner of a receiver over his right shoulder there, which also looks a bit like one of the Heath kit, maybe the Apache. Not exactly certain, but anyway, that's my first introduction to field day. So now we get on to this year, and we put up our monster antenna. that was up about 40 foot. You can sort of see there up in the, past the trees, the top of the antenna. This is a very impressive dipole, which was a design produced actually by a computer modeling and published on the internet. And folks told us it works pretty good. So Ted said, yeah, let's build it. So I did, and it was quite successful. So
Do you know
here's
how
some,
to lower the screen?
I'm sorry?
There's a projection screen on the ceiling. You want to lower that?
I don't know how that works.
That's a reflective,
Yeah, I do not,
whiteboard that doesn't give a very good
It's
picture.
on the podium.
Yeah, it's on the
Okay.
podium. Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. Sorry about that.
Let's see, screen. Screen, where are you?
Oh, well.
No, we're
We'll
not
just have
seeing
to-
it.
Sorry about that. Anyway, this is Ted Kopp and Gus Shirley at the operating controls there. Gus is logging, and Ted Kopp is on the air, and we did pretty good, considering that we had about 5 or 6 operators show up. Would be nice to have more. Maybe we can twist a few arms next year for a few more folks. But we garnered about 740 total contacts, of which 628 or thereabouts were on single sideband, 13 contacts on CW, that was me with a little 5-watt handheld rig having some fun off in the corner, and about 100 digital contacts on the FT8 digital mode, which was led by Ted Kopp, who was giving lessons here on how to run FT8 on a computer next to the rig, and he's instructing their Mario Volpe in how to get a hold of a contact and complete the 6 steps to a digital contact. And of course, we had dinner, we had Ned's chili, and we had, thank you, brownies and wine, women, and song from Rich.
Well, I don't know
and
about,
brownies and
I don't know
pizza,
about the
and,
women,
you know,
but that
it's,
was up to you.
I don't know about the song either.
Anyway, all had a good time. And here's where we should have set up field day. You know, maybe next year. We'll see how this goes. Anyway, thanks to some visitors showed up. The KJI gentleman, Gene, who has the
Yeah.
stuff at all the field day, he showed up to say hi and see how it's going. The rig was a ICOM 7300, graciously lent by Ted Kopp. And we ran the whole thing on batteries, 12-volt batteries. We didn't need a generator, which is nice because generators are kind of loud, you know. So we had 2 100-ampere-hour lithium iron phosphate batteries and barely took the top off of them. So
Really? Really?
It,
For that,
worked
for that
very
period
well.
of time? Wow.
It worked very well, yes.
We get extra credit for running battery, right?
You do if you're a small setup, and I got to figure this out.
Okay.
I think you get even more credit if you're running solar.
Yeah, you do.
It's-
Yeah, but you got to be under 5 watts to do that, and we were running 100 watts. But anyway, if you total things up, you know, we ended up at about 1,700 plus a few points, whatever that means, and we can get a few 100-point add-ons for me playing safety officer. Ha! We'll see how that goes.
We need guys like you in Texas.
Yeah, right. So anyway, good time was had with all, and well, on to next year, hopefully we can twist a few more arms, and maybe the gods will work out a little better for us, and we'll get some more operators to come by. So thanks all. And on to the next topic.
I have a question for
Yes,
you.
sir.
Do you remember in that 1960 thing,
Yes.
how they did the power back then?
I'm sure it was a generator.
Yeah, but I figured
I'm sure
had
it was
to
a
be.
generator. Yeah.
The big power-hungry tube stuff.
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
generator.
Either that, or they may have been on commercial power. Never told anybody. I don't remember.
Wait a second. I think a few years ago on field day, we used
We
one
did.
of my generators that
We
was
did.
from
You did.
57. So
That's right. Yeah, it's close.
Now, the blue one. it was
Yeah, I remember that.
1957 or 58.
Right.
so
Yeah, that worked out pretty good.
Plenty of generators back then.
Oh, I knew they existed, I just didn't see it in the picture, I was curious.
Okay. All right. Back to
All right.
Rich.
Thank you, thank you.
So,
And as Neville was saying and commenting about the history and the needs for amateur radio, I do know, I heard, that they were using it in that tragedy in Texas, all right? We forgot about them and what they're going through down there, yeah. So, all right, like I said, another station, more operators. We have latent operators within the club. who've been around for a long time and just haven't hit the key or haven't hit the mic in a long time. And we'd love to get some more. I don't know how to twist an arm to do that. Maybe we pay the operators. What do you think about that? We'll pay them by the hour?
Minimum wage, yeah.
there you go.
No, by contacts, by contact. We're paying by contacts. Here we go. But Ted will make a fortune that way, though. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, great. All right, new business. All right, this past week, I and we received a check from JD Auction Services in the amount of $3,603.75. Which were proceeds from auction sales last month put together by Ray Chase, Bob Maddox, and Al Clays. So be thankful for those folks for putting it together for us, okay? What can I say? It's a hell of a nice number that we were able to get that. And you know, us being a 501c3 charity, it really pays off in a sense, literally pays off. We can pay some bills with that. We can add it to our holiday party, all right? And it's nice to see checks like come along. And eventually there'll be more, but maybe not as large, but we hope to get as many as we can. So I'll keep you abreast of that situation. All right, our annual Hamfest swap meet show on the bucolic grounds of InfoAge is July 26th. All right, we have flyers out there. It's been on the communicator. It's been on the website. So, as I said in the last communicator, nothing to sell. Look in your garage, look in your basement, and for some of you, look in your tub, your bathtub, because...
I think for some of us who look to rent a U-Haul, they're in there.
Yes.
Is that what they call a bathtub capacitor?
Bathtub capacitor, yes. Very good, Neville. And we laugh, we chuckle, but we've done enough, or at least I've done enough clean-outs to have experienced that, okay? It's a little frightening, but it's true. Collectors, we are collectors. Amazing.
I've
Yeah.
always said that there's a very fine line, and I can say this unequivocally, between a collector and a hoarder. And most of us have crossed that line.
But we never admit to that.
No, we're just collectors.
Exactly.
If there's no desiccated cat carcasses involved, it's not hoarding.
I like it. Unfortunately, I've experienced that thing.
Just leave some eggs on the counter for 2 or 3 weeks and then you can claim them.
I hope my usual suspects will be volunteering for the event. I know already a Long Island member, Jerry Ngorda, will be, he has already committed. Anyone else? Is anybody else? Oh, do I see 2 people there? Oh, great, very good. All right. My usual suspects. Very good, very good. So, anybody else would like to volunteer? Bill Zukowski usually does. He's not here this evening. But more hands make things a lot simpler. Yes?
Is Jeremy's friend coming?
I don't know for sure. Paul Bergman. No, I don't know for sure. He did enjoy doing it, though. Yeah, he did. All right. So, again, I'm sure everybody's got something to sell. All right? Give me a buzz, get a space, bring as many tables as you want, and go to town. Got an interesting call, or I should say an email, 2 days ago from a gentleman named Eric Blanding. Eric Blanding. Now, why do we know that name?
Would he be the son of a late member?
Yes, he was. Yes. Eric is the son of Charles Blanding, who used to stand up at this podium and give us these great presentations. Right.
He made a lot of good presentations.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And I said that in the email to Eric, how much we really, really miss your dad. And genuinely, we do, you know. And of course, if you don't know the whole story, Charles died on duty, right? That's docent duty at the RTM. A rather sad day that was. So anyway, we went to the memorial service, repast, and all that. We had a nice showing of folks that did show up for that. Eric, I can't put a face to him, but I was dealing with his daughter. She came to pick up the keys, the car, all this stuff, which is very, her name is Ashley, by the way, yeah, no, I just thought of it. And she was getting married within like the next month, so it was extra sad for that. He will be joining us, and he will be bringing stuff of Mr. Blanding, and you know, he'll be selling whatever he can, and giving away anything he wants to give away also. So, well, it'll be nice to see him. It'll be very nice to see him. Okay, so get your space reservations in, please. Give me a buzz. Let me know at intermission. Just make sure you see me write your name down. It makes it easier when we make a column for the people at the gate. Okay. Oh, this is something. Would anybody like to give a presentation to the New Jersey Antique Radio Club? We are full up until the end of 2025. Thank you very much. But anybody who would think they would like to give, they have something to share, something to give in 2026, we would appreciate that. I've been running a guest speaker series, and we were scheduled for someone next month, but they had to pull out. And we have someone in September. But I'm running out of names, so you know, anybody can think of somebody. So anybody wants to come up, give a spiel, be it here or at InfoAge, you let me know, please. Okay? All right. Please read this month's Jersey Broadcaster, which came out yesterday. And Dan Gervais writes a two-part article, and I mean, if you know Dan, if you know his restorations, you've seen his work, he is top-notch. Nobody can match him. Nobody. All right? And he's writing an article. The first part is in the broadcaster now, and probably the next broadcast you'll see part 2. And we're very happy to see Red Reef also put in a little restoration article too. Red's a good guy. You see him at our holiday party, and once in a while you'll see him at an InfoAge meeting too. And a big thank you to member Ed Papson for adding to our information archives. He shared a whole bunch of stuff, right? Right? That was.
He put up 10 lifetimes worth of reading material a number of months ago, and if anybody finished with that, he put another lifetime or two's worth of.
Yeah, and where would he find it, David?
It's on the website. We have a spot for the online library, and
online library, right?
There's a section in there with books, manuals,
okay,
different files. And
all right.
It's a
yeah, so that's something else to peruse. You know, our club, our website has a hell of a lot of information. You know, you really got to peruse it, cruise through it, and dig in it, and you're amazed how much you're going to find in it. Okay. All right. Is there any other new business before I go into Ham Shack? Any other new business I should know about? How is JD Auction Services doing? When is the next auction?
As of now, the next auction is going to be at the Kutztown swap meet in September. However, that could change, and we may have something come up in August. If we do, it will be heavily advertised and promoted with at least 2 weeks
Okay.
Because we're dealing with some potential messes.
Would that be Jackson or?
We're not 120% sure. So
Well, I would think it's Jackson or the White Room. So
it's one or the other, I don't know yet, it depends on, there's availability, timing,
Yeah.
you know, I have to see how that's going to play, but one way or another, it may or may not happen. If it will, we will certainly get it out as soon as we can, but, it's a feast or famine sort of thing. Sometimes there's a deluge of
Stuff.
You choke on radios, and sometimes the flow kind of dries up, and then you're always terrified when the flow dries up because a dam is going to break and you're going to be cathedrals tumbling down
yeah,
the river.
yeah.
So it's.
I hate to give this analogy, but it just ran through my mind.
Yeah.
It's sort of like an undertaker.
Oh no, I've said this before. Being in the auction and the estate sale business particularly,
Yeah,
there's the undertaker.
yeah,
Don't forget the lawyer,
Yeah.
the real estate agent, the estate sale company.
yeah.
And in that order, because it's, I now understand the morbid sense of humor, or the sense of humor that undertakers have, because when you spend enough time around this stuff, I'm not going to say you become callous to it, but you realize it's all a part of life and it's part of your business, and it's just
Yeah.
sort of the way it goes. So.
No, you're right, yeah. All right, thanks, Darren. All right, so Ham Shack Corner. First, our Ham Shack Swap Meet show takes place where you know it, on the bucolic grounds of InfoAge, and that is Saturday, July 26th. Under the trees, which get bigger and bigger every year, and they provide that much more shade, so very few people are set out in the blazing sun, which hasn't blazed that much in the past few years. Not to jinx it, Signore Marconi looks down upon us and smiles and says, "Here, have a nice day. Nice day, gentlemen. A sole." So get your reservations in ASP, please. It makes it a lot easier. You know, showing up at the gate, yes, there'll be people showing up at the gate, but if I know who you are, where you're coming from, and I know where you like to be, I'd be happy to put you in that corner or that space. So just let me know. All right. This Sunday is the largest ham fest in the Northeast, and it's up in Augusta, New Jersey, at the Sussex County Fairgrounds, 8 a.m. till noon. Buyers go to their website for more details. It's a ham fest at Scars, New Jersey, ORG. Now, we've all been there. It's an amazing event. It's hot as hell, no trees. Got to bring a hat, bring water. But for all the hams that we know that want all the new equipment, the latest equipment, and they do away with the old equipment, they do away those boat anchors. Well, we kind of like those boat anchors, and we like those little glass things inside those boat anchors, you know? So we like to collect them. And so please, you know, have a good time if you're going up there. Yes, young lady.
I know, last night I mentioned that the Fairlawn Amateur Radio Club is gonna have a table within the Richardson Hall.
Say it again.
The Fairlawn Amateur Radio Club is gonna have tables within the Richardson Hall. So if anybody's coming, just come on in and say hello. You might find something you'll like.
All right, so you'll be there?
Yeah?
Ah, of course you will.
7 o'clock.
Of course, yeah. All right, great. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit of a trip, but it's worth it. It's a part of New Jersey.
15.
I'm sorry?
It's Route 80 to Route 15.
Route 80 to Route 15.
And Route 80 is just fine.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you for doing that too, yeah. For all you flatlanders, you get to see the rolling hills of New Jersey. You don't even know that exist, I tell you. It's a very nice country there. All right. So, all right. Any other ham fest that I know? Well, you said it's going to be, Flark is going to be in September now?
Yes, September 20th.
September 20th, right, you had to move it, yeah. All right, after a brief intermission, we're going to have sale of 50/50 tickets, please. And then we will have our show and tell, hints and kinks. But please, somebody help with the 50/50 tickets. Young Matt, young Matt, young Matt, and JR. I'll bet the two of you will make a good team.
No, I don't know anything about 50/50.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. We need help. We need help. All right?
Why did they put accents over the E's on television?
There are also
Am I eligible or do I?
There are also 2 radios for sale that Fred Warren brought in. They're restored, lovely radios, mid-30s radios, Crosley, and they are $45 a piece. That's a good deal. I have a mass of paper out there, manuals, advertisements. They should all be listed and tagged with some sort of a price. You know, just let me know and come and get it.
And a precision standard capacitor.
And what's it?
Precision standard air variable capacitor, general radio.
That general radio air capacitor. That's yours.
Yeah.
It's for sale?
What?
It's for sale?
Yes, correct.
What's the price?
$20, but I'll take less if it.
Okay. Okay. $20, the general radio capacitor checker outside. Somebody's got to sell the 50/50s. Find a seat, find a seat. 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 It's 25 minutes. Okay, we have a grand total this evening. Boy, what a crowd, I tell you. What a crowd, what a crowd. Well, you're the muscle, that's why.
That's my charm.
They just look at you and they, oh, no. We better buy. We better buy, Gladys, we better buy. Okay, so who's going to pick? Who's going to pick? Oh,
I had a feeling he's looking at you.
who's going to pick?
Yeah, is that Dave's?
Not you.
Are we picking?
Oh, wait a minute, I got,
Well, this is
Are you
good,
picky?
because for the last few times, the person who picked their own ticket.
Yeah.
So we just might.
That's
win.
not a problem.
she has not looked at my tickets, so
It said staff,
If it-
please.
yeah, it just says my favorite restaurant in the back, Stepley's, a little Italian place.
I don't have my glasses, I'm sorry.
That's it then, yeah.
We lost.
You lost.
Want me to read it?
No.
Okay.
Okay, the winning ticket is 4, 1, 3, 1, 1, 7, 7. 1, 7, 7. 1, up. David, money comes to money all the time. Yep, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
The grand total of $14.
Oh, wow.
That's
half dues.
Okay. Okay, we will proceed with our evening's agenda, which is hints and kinks or show and tell or whatever you got. So I will start from this end. Who belongs to this end? Come on up. JR.
Okay.
JR.
Let me get my notes here.
It looks like a bomb.
It's not a bar.
Oh, you got your crib notes?
Got some notes, and I printed out a few pages of the manual because
All right.
they're amusing.
I am going to step out of frame. This way, you're all by yourself.
Think I can handle it? Well,
I hope so.
can you hear me? Okay. Here we have, this is a tale of two World War II field telephones. In fact, what we have here tonight, this is an American TP3. And let me get this out of the way so I can crank it. It's going bad already. That's a German FF-33 over there. Anyway, we'll get to that one in a minute. But this happens to be a sound-powered field telephone, meaning that the sound of your voice creates the minute amount of electricity that needs. Supposedly, the receiver in this is 30 times more sensitive than in the classic American EE8 field telephone, which was the battery-powered one. There's no batteries here. It's sound-powered. In fact, you can hear yourself when you talk you can hear your voice. Let me see, what did I want to tell you? Okay. Range is typically 1 to 5 miles. 5 miles sounds a little optimistic to me. you can mix sound-powered and battery phones together on the same line. I think there's some technicalities there. As I received this, the TS10 handset, this handset was missing, and I suspect these got sold separately when these got surplused out. This was the valuable part, and the rest of this was, you know, you were getting a magneto and a bell and a capacitor, so have fun with that. So I happened to find one. It was a Hamfest purchase, and had a different sound-powered headset at the other end, so in fact, this is the wire that connected them, which I use to connect these two. So I put it on, and I found I stole this more or less period correct cord off an old Western Electric phone, just to give it, you know, a good look. Let me see. Oh, there's a date in here, moisture fungus proofing, July 30th, 1945. So this probably never saw combat because the game was over in another few weeks. When I took it apart, because the magneto wouldn't crank and I had to try to free it up, there's that unmistakable moisture fungus proofing varnish smell that if you know that smell, it's, even after 80 years, you can still smell it, that MFP smell. What else did I want to say? Oh, yes. Coincidentally, both of these, that was a Kutztown purchase, and this was a freebie years later. Both of these came from Joe Bentrovato. So if you're watching, Joe, thank you. Appreciate it. Now, a little hard to crank. Let's go over here. Let's talk about Feldfernsprecher 33, which apparently means field phone in German. This guy has a much more charming sounding bell, the German set. It was introduced, the 33 means it was introduced in 1933, the year the Nazis came to power. This is a battery-powered unit, so it's more or less like the famous American EE8. That, as I said, is a sound-powered one. It's got vents on the side that make the bell sound better, but it probably also lets water and stuff into the case, which may not be a good thing. One thing I noticed, because I had to take that apart and service it, the American one, the TP3, you only need to take out 2 screws here. This comes out, and then there's a couple of little side pieces, covers that you just snap off. It's a snap to get this apart. That, 16 screws to get the American TP3 apart.
Push that forward a little bit.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. So let's see. It has some interesting features. It has a test button, which you can push, and if you short out the output terminals and crank it, it'll ring its own bell, so you can tell that the magneto is actually working. Let's see. Oh, it has a plug for a headphone so that a third party can listen in, you know, like the mother-in-law thing like we have in the museum. So it has that, there's a little, that, I don't have that, but there is a connection here so that you can plug in so that somebody else can listen. And actually, I guess that's kind of it. This is a Bakelite case, very nicely made. Those originally had leather cases, and they found out the hard way, apparently on Guadalcanal, that leather didn't hold up well in the jungle environment, so they're made out of canvas. So, oh, I bought that at Kutztown. I get back to the car with it, and I'm astonished to find that it has its original battery in it. Its original German battery, a 1.5-volt battery, and it has the, as you can see there, the Wehrmacht logo. They actually do make reproductions of these. So that's about it. Any questions? Darren?
So you've got the German field phone connected to the U.S. field phone. Kind of gives new meaning to that German fiend port meet, which was printed on.
Oh yeah, the enemy listens. The enemy listens also. Yeah, or the enemy's listening.
That's what the Gestapo plug
Yeah, that's
for, you know?
yeah. So they can listen. But that's. I just thought it would be fun to connect them together and bring them in. And
So John, it has a carbon microphone in it, this one here?
I think so. Yes.
And no battery?
No battery.
It does not have a carbon microphone, that is like your dynamic
Yeah, you're right, my bad.
Requires a battery.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out.
Yeah, no, it's, in fact, we can look at it. I'll take it out, we can take a quick look at it. It's made by Western Electric, so, you know, the audio files they're really gonna want this now. Western Electric transmitter unit, it's dated May 1945. There it is, and it slides in.
Does it say Western Electric? on it?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of the sound power were made by a company called Wheeler Electric.
Oh, you mean under subcontract? It was probably designed by
Yeah,
Western Electric.
No, I think Wheeler was the sound power. Western Electric wasn't real big with the sound power stuff. Wheeler was the,
Really?
yeah, but everybody made everything then. 'Cause
Well, there was money in it. I just remember in the old Lafayette catalogs in the 60s, you probably remember seeing these handsets advertised, just on their own.
fair radio was
Because this was the part that was actually worth having, the rest of it, you know.
John, is that running around like 38, the operating frequency like 38?
No, it's just a phone. It's audio.
Oh, so it's no.
It's a telephone, yeah.
It's a direct, okay.
Oh, real quick, any of you guys who have ever seen an Army or a military technical manual, you got this, the destruction notice. So this is no exception. So why? Why? To prevent the enemy from using or salvaging this equipment for his benefit. When? By order of your commander. How? Smash. Use sledges, axes, hand axes, pickaxes, hammers, crowbars, heavy tools. Cut. Use axes, hand axes, machetes. Burn. Use gasoline, kerosene, oil, flamethrowers, incendiary grenades. I'm not making this up, folks. Explosives, use firearms, grenades, TNT. Disposal, bury in slit trenches, foxholes, other holes, throw in streams, scatter. Use anything immediately available for the destruction of this equipment. What? As if you didn't know what. Smash the body of the telephone, the cord, wiring, case, handset wiring, all metal parts, bury or scatter all of the above parts after destroying. And at the bottom, there's the punchline, destroy everything. Such is war.
Okay, hold on a sec.
I suspect that the reason why that the fact that this is treated with the antifungal varnish and all that, it may have been made for specific areas.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, they had much more of a serious problem there than
Yes.
in Europe.
When you see MFP on it, that's moisture fungus.
I think there came a point when everything was being moisture fungus proof. Because they didn't, the factory didn't know where that order was until it went to supply depot.
Well,
So
I believe when things became like 1944 and they saw the ends of the war, they knew it was going to Asia,
And
Southeast
you will
Asia.
find something like this in almost every
Oh, yes.
military technical manual, you know.
As a matter of fact, the TB7 tube tester manual tells you specifically to put a hammer through the meter.
Just on a sidebar, sound-powered phones in my youth, when I was an apprentice electrician, so we're talking like 1969, 68, in New York City, we would use these, all right, and we'd ring out cable. We would ring out large cable or feeders, because at that time, colored cables, I'm talking 450 mils, circular mill area, we're looking about large cable, all right? I should bring some in sometime. That you would be pulling the cables up and dropping them down, and they were all the same color, they're all black. And you'd have a pile of spaghetti, black spaghetti in the basement, which needed to be have to be hooked up in the switchgear. So we would just use these, you know. Where's that going? Number 1, number 2, or A or B or C. Actually, I seem to remember it was more lettering we would use on that. So what we know up was stairs and what was downstairs. Again, all black cable. So I couldn't believe. To me, it was magic that these actually worked, but they did. So, all right. So who is next?
That's mine. I'm Matt Reynolds, and you're not. I got this crystal set at the sister club, the Harps Club, the Hudson Club, And it's a Crystal homebrew, and I brought it in because it looks like a homebrew. So like if you were to conjure up in your mind something that was built from scratch by a kid or something, this is what it would look like. And I'm gonna flip it over and you can come up and see it at the end or whatever, but they used household stuff to build it. They used a Comet cleaning can as the coil. They even left the foil on it, which I'm not even sure if it works because it's a foil on it. I haven't had it long enough to play with it to try it, but yeah. But I just thought it was charming that they left the label on so you can see exactly what it is. It's hard to see with all the parts on it, but the wood base is from a fruit crate because you can see the California fruit label on the bottom of it. There's like an old mica cap in there, probably from a battery set knob. And it actually has a cat's whisker. Like this looks like the only thing that they probably bought for this. There was a mineral detector in here with a mounted rock and a cat's whisker and a glass dome to protect the whisker and keep it in place. So I just thought it was cool to see something that looked like it was made by a kid or by someone that was impoverished that might have actually, this is the best they could do or best they could afford or whatever. So thought it was interesting, so I brought it in. That's all I got.
Have you received anything on it?
I haven't even tried, no. I've been just too busy.
Is it possible that maybe they thought if they used the Comet can to help give them a clean cigarette?
It might. A couple people were speculating maybe they sliced the can on the bottom to cut the foil. I didn't take it apart to look.
What you can do is a simple formula for a cylindrical coil, what its inductance ought to be, and so calculate what the inductance should be, measure it with an inductance bridge, and
Yeah.
see whether in fact it corresponds. If it's an order of magnitude less, then you've got a shorter turn there.
So I have no idea if it ever worked. Maybe they never figured out how to get it to work. Maybe it works really well. I don't know. But one of these days I'll give it a shot. But I just thought that was interesting enough to bring in.
Yeah. DX contest coming up.
Yeah.
Okay. This looks kind of fillish. No? The mystery box.
Okay. So, it's a mystery box, and I thought it was a mystery box too. And I kind of got it interestingly, because I was going somewhere, and I stopped, and I see this sign along the side of a road that says tool sale. And there's only one thing to make me stop quicker than a radio sale, and that's a sale with a lot of tools. So I stopped, and there were a lot of nice mechanics tools there, and I wound up buying a few. But then I saw this box sitting on a table, and I said, well, that doesn't look like a toolbox. I said, but the shape of it kind of looks like a record player box. But it isn't a record player box. It's a whole record player. And it's got an RP168 changer, though it's not an RCA branded changer. And it's a duosonic. And the thing is incredibly heavily and well constructed with the changers here, and it's got the amplifier in the lid. And I mean, it's a heavy piece of steel, and you can see the tubes right here. Missing its platter mat. I got to find a new mat for it. I got this fairly recently, and it's incredibly well made, and it's the only one of its kind I've ever seen. And I maybe.
Say that.
Well, the one to really would know is Phil, as to.
He left.
He left.
Said he wasn't feeling well.
Oh.
Okay. So I don't know.
Sold him 50-50 tickets anyway.
I don't know too much about it, but it is a kind of interesting little RP168. Yeah.
Is it possible?
Yeah.
Go ahead, John.
Is it possible that somebody had a turntable and all that, and also found a box that was used for some other purpose, and adapted the box.
No, because it's got a brand name on it. It's a Dynasonic, and I know this is not uncommon. There were a lot of these off-brand units that used the crescent-built changers that RCA, that were designed by, there were a lot of non-RCA branded units. This particular one I've never seen before, and it's kind of unusual that the amplifier is in the lid. And I mean, and the way it's built is, I mean, they even used the expensive hinges that have the metal stops on there to stop the top from going backward. Really, really nicely done.
It's tricky how they cut the hole in the
Yeah, in there. Yeah, and the tubes are right there, and the whole thing is just really bizarre.
Miniature tubes or optical?
Yeah, it's miniatures, yeah.
So it's not a one-tube amplifier?
No, I think it's 3-tube or,
117L7 or one of those?
no, it's a two-tube. Yeah, it's got a output tube, and it looks like a 12 AV6 or something, yeah. I'm gonna get it working one day, just because I think it's neat.
That's metal?
This is heavy, it's a heavy piece of steel. No, it's steel, yeah.
Like the Christmas tree wire cord.
Yeah, somebody replaced the cord on it. Right, yeah. But it's a really neat piece. I was actually hoping Phil would have an idea.
Somebody changed the cord, did you try it?
No, I didn't, and this came, like I said, from a sale where there were a lot of tools, and the guy who had it was a pretty savvy guy, I think, and for all I know, he worked on it for all I know. Although, I'm sure it doesn't work because I see the filter capacitor that's in there. It doesn't look like anything that's going to work anymore, but
Sticky caps.
yeah.
Cures everything. Okay, thank you, Tom. So, who is next? Gee, how could I not know? Transistor Philco.
That can't be Dave's. Does it say Sony on the box?
Well, I like transistor radios.
Especially when they're new in the box.
They want to go out to the dark side and get a Philco.
Well, this definitely will be the dark side of Philco.
Oh, okay. Now I'm excited.
This is, it says Philco, or Transistor Philco, radio television, and it's called, the model number is Madison, or the model name is Madison. Well, if you look on the web, you're going to see that the Madison is nothing like what is going to be in this box. This is a European radio, radio télévision. So it's comment ça va? How are we doing? Well, this is a Philco Madison. It literally was new when I got it, this was sealed. I just broke the seal on this Tuesday night at the Delaware Valley Club because they got to see it first. But the brochure in here is all in French. This is the certificate de guarantee and instructions for programs and things like that. But other than that, I can't read much of the French. Even though my mother taught French, I did not take French. It covers AM, or medium wave, long wave, and FM. And I will take it out of the plastic.
Did you say where it was made?
It was made in France.
It was made in France.
Yes. Now, the funny thing is, if you look this up on the web, and you look anything for Philco, you ain't going to find this radio. It was found under Radio Museum, and they have a picture of it, and that's about it. But I found out that there are a couple slight different models of this. It's made in either 1962 or 1963. The model is a Madison from Philco Society to Radio. And it was actually made in, I believe it's, let me just get the, I did find the service literature, documentation technique. And it's from Ivry in France. It's made by the Schneider Corporation, which that sounds like a German company. That's a French company. This is it's the Schneider was the Fear FM model C85. But apparently Philco also contracted with them to put their name on it, as Philco did. And it's FM, the FM range is 88 to 101. Medium wave is 200 meters to 550 meters. And then long wave, it doesn't tell what it is, it just lists some countries. But it's a 3-band. It has your FM antenna. So, like so. And it has an antenna jack for a car antenna. So, and it's batteries.
A lot of European radios like to do that. They add all these
Yes.
adapters for affordable radios for your car.
Yes, I mean, apparently the car radios were quite scarce in Europe. And let's see if I can loosen the back here. The Schneider, when they manufactured it, they listed it as it taking 2 4.5-volt batteries, which were small, square batteries. And the Philco one, or the Schneider one, this one I think is slightly newer. The slightly newer version lists it as using 6 1.5-volt batteries. And this is, I had the same trouble the other night. Yes, here we go. We finally came. There we go. You get, the GUI inside. The schematic I have all in here. There's no schematic here, but there is a battery holder, which is a nice marbleized plastic holder for 6 C-cells. And apparently there's a little rubber band to hold it in place. And, I did just notice that I think the dial cord needs a little work because it's only opening the capacitor part way. But I haven't plugged it in to see if it works, or I haven't put batteries in it yet. But this is it. It's a Philco Madison or the Schneider Fever FM. So.
And the provenance, where did you get it?
Well, actually, thanks to John Tominski, he found this and said, "Were you interested in a Philco multiband radio?" So, of course, I was under the impression I was getting a Philco multiband radio. And while this is technically a Philco multiband radio, it's not what I was expecting. So, yes, and it does have, made in France. So, and of course, it's all the little stuff is flaking off again. And it looks like there's a couple nasty looking possible capacitors here that will probably need to be replaced. But that's it, and supposedly, if I can translate all that out of French, I can maybe figure out how to make it work.
Is it battery only? Or can it
Only batteries. Only batteries, yes.
I learned something recently.
Okay,
If you take your phone and the camera and you hold it over the text.
oh, yes, yes,
French,
yes.
Google will
Well,
translate it for you.
well, actually, I've been able to translate anything that I found on the web from France with, Apple has a translator built into it also.
Oh, yeah, so
Yeah. And I noticed, that it was interesting. Philco, of course, sued Philips for copyright infringement when they tried to use the Philco name in Europe. Later on, of course, Philips bought Philco.
Well, Philco sued Philips when they tried to use the Philips name in the States.
Yes.
And that's where
Yes.
the name Norelco came.
Yes.
Because they had to use the
Yes.
Norelco.
And then actually Philips had to use, they actually used the Magnavox brand name also.
Right.
But
They
then,
bought Magnavox.
well, then they also bought Philco, so it didn't matter. They bought it all. But I did find an advertisement for the Snyder radio television and some of their things. And actually, I found a very large file on the internet, and it lists all the different things, the television sets that was produced by Snyder and all the radios that was produced them. So apparently, they were a fairly large company in France. But there's nothing anywhere on the Philco forum, Antique Radio or Antique Radio forum about this.
You know where John found it?
Nope. Probably one of his,
I'm trying to.
yeah, one of the,
I remember it.
yeah.
I don't remember where it came from.
But, literally, I took it out of the plastic, just. It's not very heavy. It's about 2 pounds, maybe. But I'm sure with batteries it would weigh a little more. But yeah, it lists FM, either PO or GO, whatever PO. I think GO is long wave, PO is medium wave.
Are the frequencies the same?
The frequencies for FM are 88 to 101. Now this is 1962, and then the medium wave frequencies are in meters. So it's 220 to 550.
Just divide 3 by that number.
Yep.
Speed of light by the number.
So, but this is the FM version, and it's from Philco. Now, I did also find out Philco they have plants throughout the world, and they did make a number of radios. They had what they called their Tropic series, and they were made for a number of different countries. They had a large television plant in Brazil, because a gentleman that I worked with had been working for Philco Ford, and his job was to design their signal centers, because Philco didn't give their technicians their own equipment for alignments. They provided the signals to the bench so that there were uniform signals at every workbench. Yeah. But this is the original packing. It's Madison FM, and of course up and down, and of course in English and French. But how it got here, I don't know. But I thank John for getting me involved with this, and I learned a lot of it. But I also I ended up doing a little search on eBay, and I found that in addition to Schneider making radios for them, Schwab-Lorenz, which is a German company, they also produced radios for Philips. So, but that's it. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's really interesting.
A little different, something different.
Definitely different, that's for sure. Thank you, Dave. Wow.
It's definitely not your Xena Transoceanic.
Okay. We have a little baggie here. And it says Bob Bennett, and there's nothing in it.
It's just got a big question mark on it. So, y'all know who I am. I don't need that damn microphone, I'm loud.
But the internet does.
Oh, the internet needs to hear me? Testing. All right. As most of you probably get on the NJARC communicator, okay, which is our internet thread done through the club. There's always some interesting topics every now and then. Some are very, I find very entertaining. Some of them, you know, are kind of, that's cool, you know, and you just kind of go on from there. But there was a thread that came on, I think it was last week, about, and there was a lot of comments. There was probably about 13, 14 comments, all relating to the 1L6 tube, okay? You remember that? Okay. So, me being the Zenith Transoceanic guy, I brought something with me tonight that maybe you'll find interesting. Inside of this anti-static bag is a solid state 1L6 that I bought probably about 8-10 years ago. And it was like 50 or 55 bucks, so it was more than getting a tube one. But my curiosity, you know, got me going because I started to hear, well, I heard good things about it, and I all heard a few people that got them and not so good things about it. So here is the actual tube, and it's going to be kind of tough to catch it on camera, but it kind of, when I first got it, I kind of thought it was cute, and I saw pictures of it on the web, and it reminded me as a kid, you know, you always saw the, you know, the old guy in the corner, and he's got a bottle, and he's got the ship that he pulls into the bottle with the string, and then the sails come up, and then you have the proverbial chip in the bottle. Well, this is basically a chip in a tube. Okay, so you have some electronics in here. I've talked to other transoceanic people, and this I bought, I think this was like $50 or $55, I think 8 to 10 years ago. On this side of the tube, it says right on the front inside on the board, it says 1L6. And then next to that, it says, I think it's revision 6. Okay, so this is kind of a, you know, I guess they went to the plate 5 times and either hit it out of the park or struck out. So I wanted to comment a little about this because I didn't hear anybody talk about this. And what I'm finding out is, now first of all, if you're not familiar with 1L6, I'll just quick history. Commander Eugene McDonald, the guy that ran Zenith for a number of years, in 1941, he went to his engineering group. And he was a yachtsman. He had a boat. He liked to go out and go sailing or whatever with the boat. I don't know what he did. But he went to his engineering group and said, listen, I want you guys to come up with a radio that I could take with me on my boat that's capable of receiving shortwave signals. All right, so they got together and came up with the first, well, actually they didn't come up with the 1L6. The first tube was the 1LA6, which went on the 7G605 series, which was the one with the bomber, grill cloth, and the sailboat bill cloth. So that was literally the first radio or the first shot at trying to achieve his goal. Now, the magic about a 1LA6 or a 1L6 or a solid state 1L6 is that it's a pen and grid converter. It's there to give you oscillation, and it's ready to get up around 18 megacycles or be able to receive radio signals up in that area. Okay, I've probably done at least 35 transoceanics, I'm guessing. I've done a lot of them. And sometimes I can get it to oscillate that high, sometimes I can't, but then there's other issues, and I'm not going to break it down here because I'll bore you all, you'll fall asleep, and then we'll all be in trouble. Professor Mike will come in and see all these people snoring, and I just don't want that to happen. So here's the dope on the solid state 1L6. The dope is that if I put this in my favorite radio, which is a H500 that I've had for over 30 years, I bought it just before my wife and I were married, and I went through it and got it going, and I figure I'm going to try one of these in that radio because it works really, really well. Well, there's falsies to this tube. Now, the good thing is that it will oscillate and get you, 18.5, maybe 19 kilocycles if you want to go to high, but you can't do that on any TO. But this will get you there, and it'll pick up signals better. The flip side of the coin on these is that you get, I call it ghosting. Sometimes, like in other words, you'll pick up, let's say you get WWV at 15 megacycles, and then you kind of go a little further up the band, and then all of a sudden you're picking it up at 15.8. And that's because of this. So you get these ghost signals that come around and stuff like that. So there's a guy, a YouTube creator like myself, and he's on there, and probably half of you may have heard him. Shango, have any of you watched a Shango video? I'm a big fan of Shango. He's a little wacky, but I can get, I can watch him, and you get through his cynical comments and everything. Guy is smart. He knows his stuff. He fixes old TVs, which I will never touch again. But he actually got a hold of the guy that makes these things and said to him, because he did a couple videos on this, and said, listen, he found exactly what I was finding. So this is revision 6. I think they may be up to revision 7 or 8 right now. But Shango actually got the guy to play around with this, and now they're even better than this one that I have in my hand here. So if you want to look at this, I'll just leave this here. I'll leave this here on top of the bag. But you could buy these now. I think the number is $44.
So can you change that in for a, the later version?
Sure, yeah. So that's basically it. I figured I'd just show that to you folks, and I really enjoyed reading. If you did put input into that, I enjoyed reading all the things on the thread, so there you go. Oh, I forgot about that.
Thank you.
Sorry. That's all right, I wouldn't have mailed it to you.
Thank you, Bob. Okay, so moving right along, we have,
Be careful with that. The glue kind of.
would you like to come up and explain it a little more than? State your name, your occupation, and your social security number.
You want a DNA sample too? Okay. Hi, I'm John Butz-Facina, and I just want to add one other thing to Bob, that 1L6 thing that's been going back and forth. I'm looking for it, but somewhere in the Antique Radio Classified, somebody did an article, and I know they produced it looked really weird, an adapter for the 1L6 using a 1LA6, which is a Lochtel tube, and it fit in a transoceanic, and they claimed it worked, kind of, but has anybody ever seen that?
I actually did that probably 10 years ago. I had a 1LA6 and I had like an extra socket. So I hand wired some wires and I went into the pin out of the radio, and it will work.
I mean, okay, this was somebody had actually made an adapter.
Yeah, I
So,
think I've seen this, yeah.
okay. I just said everything going back and forth. I didn't see anybody mention that, so I thought, well, I'll mention it here.
I want to see somebody use a 6L6 to replace a 1L6. That would be cool.
You get about 1 minute under battery power. Anyway, I just had a couple radios. Usually the things I come in are radios I bring in are a little bit gnarly. But
Is that a 6T or a 7T?
6T. It's a 6T. It's clean. I'm taking offers. I mean, it's a nice radio. I have 2 of them. This is the nicer one, and so I just thought it'd be nice to bring something in that isn't dusty, isn't rusty, isn't crusty, and that's as far as I go with rhymes. This thing, unfortunately, when I brought it in, I found out you can remove a panel, and it takes, because it's compact, it actually provides more easy service, easy ventilation. I thought this was kind of funny. It's a nice little mantle radio. How many people remember Spartan radios? The huge boat anchors, they were rep wood, they had their own special tubes, and I used to see a lot of them. I haven't seen any recently, but usually very few people collect the big radios anymore. Well, this is when Spartan had a little baby. This is a little Spartan set, and I don't recall ever seeing one a mantle set made by Spartan. So even though it has a couple issues, as you just saw, I just thought I would bring it in. You get to see something you don't rarely get to see. And yes, go ahead.
John, what's the tube lineup of that little Spartan?
It's an AC/DC set. I don't think it has a. I haven't really looked at it, but it's your typical, 4-tube.
Oh, it's a 4-tube?
I believe it was a 4-tube.
Is that a resistor line cord there?
I don't think it's a well, I don't think it's a resistor line cord, but this doesn't look promising here. I don't think it is. It doesn't feel like one. It feels like only like 2 wires in there, but I may be wrong. This is one how many people buy radios? I'm going to get to it, and you know, like 40 years later, you still have it. What's up there? So you get the idea. I've had a few radios with the line cord resistor that actually worked, and I can understand why people with cats have problems with these radios, because they do get warm. It's a nice, comfortable warmness. It's not real hot, but cats seem to love them, you know, and like to lay on them. And next thing you know, you're smelling burning fur. So.
And you hear a loud yowl, right?
Yeah. But anyway, I just thought I'd bring it in, and that's it. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, are they for sale? Are you
If anybody's interested, I'm entertaining offers. I need to. Hi, Bob. Nice to see you.
We'll talk.
Okay. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. I believe it is. I believe it is. Okay. All right, so there is still one more Crosley out there, I believe. Yes? For sale. The general radio capacitor machine is gone. It was sold this evening, and I haven't sold any of my Emperor out there. Nothing of the paper was sold. Nobody came to me. Nobody wants anything out there. I guess I learned my lesson. I won't be bringing in that again. So.
No, I'm glad you brought it in. I haven't seen it all yet.
Well, I think it seems to be more of a library than for a sale. Most people getting the information off of it, and that's okay too. All right, so between now and August, we have our Swap Meet Hamfest show at Bucolic Grounds of InfoAge. All right, near the aeroplane. Okay, so if you anyone who would like to vend within the fuselage of the airplane, it will be a little extra charge, and that would work out very well for you, John Butts-Facina. All right.
Bring back memories.
Bring back memories, yeah. And anybody who wants to do any wing walking on the guardrail plane also, that'll be an extra charge too. So we hope to see you vending and/or at the swap, please. Okay. You know, support your club. All right. It's going to be a beautiful day, as they always are. So we will see you then. Okay. Happy collecting. All right. All right, have a safe home. Thank you for coming in. And please help. We need to get this table back out into that space.